Hi and welcome back to Glassboxed, my top tech tips video series. Today we will discuss what I think are the top 5 automation web testing tools. We will discuss what these tools are and how they were used. So firstly, what is a web automation testing tool? Well, it should be pretty obvious, but on the off chance you're not fully aware, a web automation testing tool is basically a framework that allows you to simulate user journeys on a web page. For example, it allows you to simulate user clicks, input data, effectively any experience that someone would carry out on a web page. So without further ado, let's begin. Selenium. Selenium is an open source web automation tool that allows you to run automated scenarios on web browsers such as Firefox, Chrome and IE, and a few others. Selenium is known to work a lot better on some browsers when compared to other browsers. For instance, Selenium works a lot better on Firefox and Chrome as opposed to IE. But that said, different people may have different preferences, so the only way to find out is to try it yourself, really. I always use Chrome. Failing that, Firefox. I always try to differ away from using it on IE. Selenium also has an IDE plugin for Firefox. It's essentially a record and play plugin, relatively very straightforward to use, and also allows you to, after recording a script, to export it in various different languages, which then allow you to add more information. Selenium also has a 2.0 version, also known as the famous WebDriver. WebDriver is essentially a Selenium plugin on various frameworks that you can end up writing. Frameworks such as Java frameworks, C#, Ruby, Python, and JavaScript. Water. Water is again another open source framework which supports IE on Windows. Water has an equivalent Water WebDriver version which further supports Chrome, Firefox, IE, and Opera. Water is a predominantly Ruby driven framework. Comparatively, you can say it's the equivalent of writing JavaScripts using Selenium 2.0. RunnerX. RunnerX is a commercial framework which also provides a 30-day trial version. It's a framework that allows you to record and play back what you've recorded. RunnerX is actually a very popular paid framework because not only does it support automation on web browsers, but it also supports automation on GUI and mobile platforms. What that means is you have the ability to run automation scripts against desktop and mobile applications. It's a framework that provides a somewhat all-rounded solution if you're looking for, say, a framework that allows you to automate almost anything on multiple different platforms, multiple different applications, and multiple different browsers. RunnerX primarily supports C# and .NET framework. SoapUI. SoapUI is again another open source framework. Looking away from your front and web testing, i.e., let's just say you're trying to do some kind of test or you're trying to write a test for a web page. Typically what you do is you just end up writing a test where you click on buttons, navigate forms, click on links, submit data, so on. When all of that happens, when all of those front-end interactions are happening, usually what is happening on the back end is you're sending various different types of messages, most commonly known as REST messages. And what SoapUI does is it allows you to directly automate those REST messages, or to be more specific, any web service call which are made as a result of doing something on a web page, which are invoked, can directly be invoked via SoapUI. SoapUI is actually quite a useful tool in that it allows you to do various things such as measure response times, something which isn't very freely available through front-end orientated frameworks such as Water and WebDriver. SoapUI is actually a pretty good tool in that it goes hand in hand when you want to do performance testing, because you're directly able to measure the traffic, or rather measure the information that is flowing on web pages. You have the ability to take this further and perform various different types of performance tests, such as load testing, stress testing, spike testing, and so on. Sahih. Sahih is again another open source framework. which also has a paid commercial package available. Sahih is similar to Selenium IDE in that it allows you to record and play back test scripts. It supports Firefox, Chrome and IE. And that's it for this video, folks. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, I really appreciate you watching my videos, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you already haven't, hit the subscribe button below to stay up to date with my latest videos, which I release every Wednesdays and Sundays. Also, follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Google. Links in the description below. Until next time, ciao.